Who actually attacked Kissy Missy back in chapter 3? We're now a whole chapter after she was attacked, and yet we still don't know. Once making it down the elevator to the bottom of the factory, we hear Kissy screaming and stomping around the room. But in chapter 4, we see Poppy go back up to help her, and we're left completely in the dark for about an hour until we see her with burn marks and wounds all over her body. But even after finishing the game, we still don't get an answer. So what really happened to her? The first theory is that Huggy Wuggy could have attacked her, and this would make sense since we don't really hear the attacker, but only stomping and screams. However, if her attacker sounded the exact same as her, then it would make sense why we can't hear them. As well, we hear a bite sound effect which sounds exactly the same as the bites that Huggy does whenever we get too close to him in the vent chase. But what could disprove this theory is the fact that the footsteps are kind of infrequent, so if they were in a fight, I'd expect them to make a lot more noise than that. So instead, it's possible that the prototype could have attacked her, since we've never heard this dude make a peep, except for when he purposefully talks to us. As well, in chapter 3, when we find Dog Day in the prison, he tells us that he tried to fight the prototype's control. Now, he was either talking about the prototype's influence and how he's being tortured, or it could be some sort of mind control that the prototype is doing on the toys. And so if the prototype was trying to control Kissy, then it makes sense why she would be stomping all over the room and making the noises that we hear. Or if the prototype chose to attack her physically, that could explain the burn marks, as we don't necessarily know what abilities the prototype has. So if he has a flamethrower attached to his body, it could have been an addition that he added onto himself after the Hour of Joy. But it's possible that the mini smiling critters also could have attacked her, because once we finish planting the mining charges in chapter 4, a bunch of nightmare critters start attacking us pretty much immediately. And later in the phone call, the prototype says that he took the charges, meaning he could have easily sent those nightmare critters on us to get rid of us. And because he perfectly timed the nightmare critters in chapter 4, it makes sense that he could perfectly time the smiling critters to attack Kissy in chapter 3. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and click on the link video if you want to see more.